Three, two, one. What's going on, everyone? Yeah. Pause that shit. Technical difficulties once again. Give me a shout out if you can hear me and make sure everything's going right. Just because YouTube's acting up weird as it usually does. And it's just a fight every day to try to get things going on. Let me see if I can hear myself. Yeah, it can. All right. Zach's like, what was that? Yeah. That was me pausing the music and then YouTube or just things acting up and then I hit it twice or something. I don't know. But we're here and Dragon Majesty is first. Welcome, everyone. Congratulations, Dragon, for being first. Rusty Deo is in the house. He says second. And Melissa comes up third. Man, Melissa, you are slipping. You are slipping. You got to take back that title belt. Zach Richmond's here. Eric Breen is here. Good to see you, Eric. I wonder what excuse Eric will have tonight for dipping out early. We should create like a bingo card for like different reasons that Eric will have it. If you check them off and then the first one to get bingo will win. Let's see. Tehillim's in the house. RDV says, I found a McDonald's open this late. Wow, is that something weird out in Wisconsin? Because everywhere, well, I've lived in California and Colorado, McDonald's have always been, not all of them are 24 hours, but like a good chunk of them were 24 hours. So that was one of the things. In fact, there was the one by my old house in Colorado. It wasn't 24 hours. Like they closed, I think it was like between like 4 and 6. Like the weirdest time. Like you'd show up, and it'd be like 4 something in the morning, and be like, oh man. Let's see. Did I already say Zach Richmond, or was it Zach Richardson? I don't know. I can't remember. But welcome. Miranya's here, and I can tell real easily because she's got a wrench. McDonald's is not real food, so you technically didn't have dinner, RDV. Wow. I think McDonald's is real food. It's not like really good for you food. I had McDonald's today too, actually. I was out and about doing work, and I'm a big fan of these apps. Have you seen like the little mobile apps? All the fast food places have them. So I have one for all those. I used to have one for the grocery store, but where I live now is like a weirdo grocery store. It's not like it was. I used to shop at Safeway, so there was a lot of those. But now I don't. But I do have a 7-Eleven app. I used to use the hell out of that. And then I have apps for all the different fast food places that use them because you get crazy deals. And McDonald's has a $1 French fries, $1 large fries. So that's what I had today was a $1 large fry, and then any size drink for $1. So $2. That was my lunch: fries and a Coke. Not healthy for you, but sometimes I just get a craving for those fries. And when you're on the road, it's like a good, snack. You can easily eat them while you're driving. They don't really make a mess. Let's see. Where was I? This is what I get for scrolling around. Am I still live, by the way? I can't always tell. I can see you guys doing the thing. I can never tell with YouTube. Yeah, okay, I am. Eric says, sup nerds, play the music, says Dragon Majesty. Where else am I? RDV says, I needed a burger to watch this stream. No burgers on the stream unless it's a Ash Wednesday live, which I've only done once, and I don't think I had a burger on it. But I should be getting a burger tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that. Burger and a Ash Wednesdays video. And we'll see. Maybe it'll be. Well, I have to get something to talk about. RDB says it's kind of chilly outside. 48 degrees. Holy crap. I don't even remember what it's like, 48 degrees. Today it was 104. Ugh. Ugh. Let's see. I've had heavy rain here for like 4 hours, says Marnia. I miss rain. Everyone says like, oh, San Diego's so great, like the weather. No, it's not. It's just dry and hot all the time. I don't really like humidity when it's hot, but I miss humidity. I miss rain. I actually miss snow. Colorado actually has really beautiful weather. I really miss the weather of Colorado. Ronnie says, careful with that, Ash. You don't want to get smacked for showing this. The music is righteous, though. Yeah. Well, it's the same song that I've been playing the whole time. I just found that there's a video for it, so that was kind of cool. And YouTube's forcing my play. Google is getting rid of their Play Music service, which I've been a subscriber to forever. And I love it. It's the reason I left Spotify and didn't look back. And earlier this year, I got a message saying, we're getting rid of the Google Play, and now we're forcing you over to YouTube Music. And I was like, I don't want to listen to music on YouTube. Ugh. But so I'm trying to give it a shot because I have like the subscription to it, so I don't have to listen to ads, which is one of the cool things I liked about the Google Play was you have it and it comes with YouTube Premium included, so I don't ever have to listen to ads. Although I watch a good chunk of my videos on my Ash on Comics channel, which does not have the premium service, and then I end up watching ads anyway, so I just can't win. Let's see. Dragon Ball Talk is here. Says Nacho Boy Breen. I love nachos. Admission. This is it's one of my guilty pleasures. I'm a sucker for nachos. Ryuk224 is here. Melissa Harris says Dragon Majesty is my friend, and I give him or her the win. Well, Melissa, I gotta call you out here. If Dragon Majesty is really your friend, I would at least hope you would know what gender they are. I didn't know what to say. That's, it's kind of weird to say. That's my friend, but I don't even know what gender they are. I'm pretty sure Dragon's a he, but I could be wrong. You never know in today's day and age. Let's see. Tomorrow night, me and Jake are getting McDonald's. Yeah, I like McDonald's fries, and occasionally I get the McDouble. That's pretty much all I'll ever get. I don't think their food's good enough to pay like the full price for whatever quarter pounder or whatever I don't even know what their main sandwiches are anymore. But the McDouble, my go-to staple for McDonald's used to be a McDouble. A McDouble, a small fry, and a large Coke. And it used to be $3 because you used to be able to get the McDouble for $1 and fries for $1. Small fries is $1. And then any size drink, they've had that thing going on for $1 forever. So it's like, yeah, $3, I get a meal. Now the McDouble's like $2 or more. Thanks, inflation. Actually, it's not really the inflation, it's the $15 minimum wage going on everywhere. It's just driving up the cost of living. Man. Let's see. RDV says, there is an ash in my pocket. I'm taking the trash out while he screams from my pocket. Okay. Let's see. Zach says, yeah, but if you go to McDonald's after midnight, you're going to get lousy service. It really depends on the McDonald's you go to. I noticed that when I was in Colorado, I had to go to McDonald's a lot. I had weird hours of work and different things. So I would end up going to McDonald's at like sometimes 3 and 4 in the morning. But there was the one that was closest to my house that place was run, for the most part, pretty shipshape. I did not understand, however, why they hired people who could barely speak English, and then they put them in the drive-thru. So you'd pull up, and it wouldn't be Spanish. It would be someone who could barely speak English speaking through the speaker, and you're like, what the hell? I can't understand what the hell you're saying. Like, what? It was crazy. But they ran that place pretty ship shape. Like it was fast, always. You could catch your food. Like they moved that drive through. So I was like, well, you know, what am I gonna do? But that language barrier was rough. I was like, yeah. Let's see. Eric says tearing down a fence and cutting down two 20-foot trees and then cutting them into garbage bag sized pieces. I can't believe I'm still awake. Well, I can. You got Ash on Comics to listen to. I mean, that'll keep anyone awake. Especially if I'm trying to put you to sleep. I will always fail at what I'm doing. Zach says, I've got Little Caesars pizza app and a Subway app. Why the hell do you have a Little Caesars app? That implies that you actually buy Little Caesars pizza. Did you see what Little Caesars Pizza is doing lately? Their little scam. They have this new thing where it's like pizza and cheese sticks. And all they did was like take a pizza. It was a pepperoni pizza. And like half of it, we don't put the pepperoni on. And we cut it sideways and we call them cheese sticks. It's like, dude, it's a half a pepperoni pizza and then half cheese. What the hell are you doing? It used to be you got like the fast and ready $5 pepperoni pizza. That was like their whole deal. And I was like, look, that pizza is shitty. But you show up, it's hot and ready, it's $5. You know, you pay for quality, or you pay for speed, or you don't pay, and you can't have it always. If it's cheap, whatever. But now it's like $6 and you only get half the pizza as pepperoni. I don't know. I think it's a scam. But the commercial is kind of compelling. I've actually almost was tempted to grab one the other day. And I'm like, I had to slap myself in the face. I'm like, what are you doing, Ash? You hate Little Caesars. And I don't hate a lot of foods. I don't. I'm not a picky. I mean, I'm a particular eater. I'm snobby. But I'm also, if I understand that what I'm not, if I like McDonald's, I can eat McDonald's because I know going in it's like cheap. And as long as I'm paying, cheap prices, then I'm okay. But even Little Caesars, though, it's two things, man. Franco-American, their little SpaghettiOs products or whatever it is, that sauce, that Franco-American is garbage. Blah. And same thing with Little Caesars, man. Whatever their sauce is that they put on their pizza, it's like, it's so bland. It's like someone just opened a can of tomato paste, no seasoning, just tomato paste, and smeared it on a, pizza crust and then put it in the oven. Like, it's just, ugh. I've had some cheap ass pizza in my life. Like, 7-Eleven pizza. I've even eaten pizza at 7-Eleven, and it's bad pizza. But when you're paying $5 for a large pizza, you're like, whatever. Sometimes you just want to munch. But it is better than. I'm sorry. I'm sitting here ragging on Zach's pizza thing. He's like unsubbed. Gone. Let's see. CW ruining Powerpuff Girls pissed me off. Also, Animaniacs. Hulu getting rid of Hello Nurse and the classic. Jeez, Melissa's like angry all the time. She reminds me of was it the Incredible Hulk or the MCU? That's the secret. I'm always angry. Was that the line? Is that how it went? That's Melissa. I say that out of love, Melissa. Let's see. RDV says, McDonald's by me used to be 24 hours, and then COVID ruined everything. Everything. Also, the apps suck. I don't know. The McDonald's app works really well. McDonald's has their fucking app in order. Like, it's funny because I use all the different ones. One of the worst ones I use is Sonic. The Sonic app pisses me the F off. Number one thing I hate about the Sonic app, they don't tell you the price. What the hell? You want people to just order off the menu? Just like, we're not going to tell you how much this costs. So you have to like input your order and then like go to the checkout to like right before the end where you hit submit. And then it shows you how much it's going to cost. And you're like, can you just tell me how much like the burger is before I put it? Like, it's such a pain in the ass to use. But you got to use the app, at least in my opinion, because if you use the app, you get half-price drinks. And Sonic's drinks are retardedly overpriced. They think they're like a movie theater, And that's the best thing about Sonic is the drinks. This is why I go there, because you can get all these like add-in flavor things. And so, it's one of the few places I can go and get fresh lime and like cherry syrup. I get like my one of my go-to drinks is a cherry lime Dr. Pepper. And if you think it's weird, maybe it is, but it's good. I also like their cherry limeade, and then a few other things I have. But it's yeah. So I'll tell you what, one of the managers at Sonic turned me on to. He gave me a free drink just to get me to try it. Was a vanilla cream Fanta. So it's orange Fanta, and you get 2 flavor add-ons. You get cream and vanilla. You gotta get them both. And I swear it's like a creamsicle. It's so good. I'm sure it'd probably be, if you just had vanilla, it'd probably kind of add a little to that too. But man, vanilla cream Fanta. I need to get one of those someday soon again. But that's a good one. But yeah, like they're like $4.50 for the drink. I'm like, are you kidding me? For you know, McDonald's is any size for $1. Now, granted, you don't get add-ins and stuff, but so you go with the app. It's like happy hour all the time through the app. So I'm like, okay, at least I got my drink for like just over $2. It's still more than I want to pay, but so yeah, it pisses me off. But the McDonald's one, it's smooth. I'm liking it. And you get cheap stuff. That's another thing. Like a normal fry, the large fry at McDonald's out here in California is like $3.50 for a large fry. So I'm like, if I can get it for $1, it's worth it. That's like, it's a huge difference. It's trained me to only order, like I only go through fast food most of the time with the apps, because it's like you pay less than half. I feel like if you don't use the app, like you're a sucker. You're just getting overpaid. Let's see. Dragon Ball Talk says, I know nobody sick from COVID-19. I'm in Albany. Everyone lied here and got lots of money. Yep. Zach says 104? Seriously? Yeah, seriously. And that's not even the hottest day this year. Let's see. Dry and hot is far better than humid and hot. That is absolutely true. But dry and hot, like just all the time, like desert heat, it just gets on your nerves. I like humid and cool. I just like the actually change of weather. I guess I do like when it's just sunny and nice, but like all the time. And furthermore, to get that kind of weather that everyone's like, oh, San Diego's such great weather. It's like, yeah, in the winter when everyone else is like in blizzards and stuff like that, it's like, oh, it's a nice cool 70 degrees and sunny outside. That's what people like. But in order to have that weather, that means you have to have hot spring and fall, and then summer like miserable. So it's like, I just don't like hot weather. I'm done with that. And I was born in the desert. I'm just so done with it. I really do miss the snow. There was something cathartic about the snow, and like, I know a lot of people like that were natives in Colorado. They would always bitch about, having to get out. Like I was like, get up for work in the morning and have to like sweep the snow off my car. It was just like this nice, peaceful thing. And it was always quiet because whenever it snowed, for whatever people didn't get up. I don't know what the deal is. Like, didn't have to go to work, I guess, because it snows. So I'd get up and it's just quiet, snow, and I don't know, it's peaceful. And I like to change the weather. Let's see. Dragon Ball says, I remember woke meant you tripped on acid. Who says it still doesn't mean that? Let's see. Dave Asanowitz is here. Speaking of acid trips, he says, far out, man. Welcome, Dave. Good to see you. With McDonald's, I'm happy with some regular hamburgers and fries, and that's it. Occasionally I get on a chicken nugget fix, but again, it's when they were cheap. I remember you used to be able to get, what was it? A 10-piece chicken nuggets for like $2. Was it $2? Was it $1? No, I think it was $2. I don't remember. It was super cheap. And so sometimes I would just get like 2 orders of that. It's like 20 nuggets, which is probably too much, and then drown them in buffalo sauce. And then, I don't know, it's kind of disgusting when I say it out loud, but it's like, it was a meal for like, maybe it was there $1.50. It was just a couple bucks and you got a big meal. but it's too expensive nowadays with California going 15 minimum wage, man. It just, all the cheap stuff is through the roof. You're just like, are you kidding me? You're charging me how much for what? React says, all this McDonald's talks makes me want food now. It's too late for me to eat. Well, you could eat ice. Get yourself a drink. That's what you need, is a nice beverage. See? So, get yourself, and if you don't want any calories, just have water or iced tea. I'm drinking a nice bottle of Stella Artois, and not with my finger out today. Let's see. The Mulan dip from the 90s McDonald's promotion. Anybody remember it? Nope, don't remember it. Oh, but that's right. When I went through McDonald's, they have the new chicken nuggets. And they have this new thing. I wanted to try it because the poster looked really good. It was spicy chicken nuggets. And I'm like, I've never seen McDonald's have spicy chicken nuggets before. So I was like, I'm curious about these. I'm always a sucker for new things. And then they have this new, was it fire sauce or dragon sauce? I don't remember what it was. Or I think it had a Mick in front of it. It was like Mick Fire or something, or Mick Heat, or I don't know. McDonald's always clever by putting Mick in front of something. But it looked good. I was like, this picture is selling me. And I looked at it, it was a 10-piece. Was it 10? No, it was a 6-piece nuggets. 6-piece. $4.99. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm not paying $4.99 for 6-piece chicken nuggets at McDonald's. Give me a break. Go to Chick-fil-A for less than that. So needless to say, I didn't get to try them. Ronnie says, Subway and Caesar's Pizza both seem to consistently make me sick, sadly. How long has it been since you've been to Subway? Because, well, it's been several years now, probably about four or five, when Subway got caught having sponge, like literal sponge in their dough, like it wasn't real food. That was really embarrassing, but excuse me for the sniffle on live air. I'm sure that could have made a lot of people sick. My thing about Subway, well, it used to be, but again, here in California, like footlongs are like $10 now. Remember when it was like $5 footlong? Now it's like 10. It's crazy. So yeah, I eat a lot less Subway than I used to, but Subway was another one of those go-tos where I was like, it's not the best sub in the world, but when you're getting a footlong sub for $5, and I load mine up with veggies. Like I load it up with veggies. So for me, that's good. Like I feel like I get a reasonably healthy meal. And yeah, for kind of cheap. Let's see. Domino's Pizza and Pizza Hut are good along with KFC and Taco Bell. Ugh, Melissa, no. Pizza Hut? You said Pizza Hurt. I think that was subliminal. You didn't even realize. But yeah, Pizza Hurt is a good name. I'm going to use that from now on. Pizza Hurt. Because that's what happens after you eat Pizza Hut. It hurts. You're like, why did I do that? So much grease. Domino's is a little better. I would take Domino's, well, any day over Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut is so bad. The only thing I would take Pizza Hut over is Little Caesars, though. But Pizza Hut, at least Little Caesars doesn't make me feel bad after I eat it. It just feels bad while I'm eating it because it just tastes gross, like it's cardboard. But Pizza Hut afterwards, I'm like, oh my God, I just ate synthetic food. I don't think they use real cheese. I don't know what it is. Let's see. Little Caesars, says Eric Bree. Little Caesars take anything off their pizza as a win for customers. That's a good one. That's smart. You're not wrong, because I was actually more excited about it when they tried to sell me this pizza as like pizza and cheese sticks, and I'm like, half of my brain was like, oh, that's genius. I love cheese sticks. The other half of me was like, wait a second. They just took pepperoni half the pizza and cut it differently. They're just marketing it. But they almost got me. Zach says, it's not greatest, but it's the best for $6 you can spend. I don't know. It's not the best for $6 you can spend. Maybe for pizza, I don't know. I'd still take a 7-Eleven pizza over that. I think those are $6. No, I definitely would take a 7-Eleven pizza over that because that pizza is actually getting better. The 7-Eleven's perfecting. A little while back, it was about a month ago, they were doing the specials. I don't know if you guys have 7-Elevens in your area, but that was going to 7-Eleven like almost every day because they had 49-cent big gulps. And I was like, yeah, 49-cent big gulps. And then they were doing 75-cent slice of pizza. So I'd swing by and slice a pizza and a big gulp for $1.25. I was like, hell yeah, I'm down for like the super cheapy lunch. And I don't need big lunches, so it worked. And I was like, oh, this pizza's getting better. And then I came in one day and I didn't realize that the sale for the pizza was over and they were $1.50. And I was like, nope. I'll tell you what the best deal. I'm telling you what. No, you want to eat cheap and you want go Costco. Get a Costco pizza if you got a Costco near you. Well, you have to have a Costco membership too, but yeah, dude, Costco, you can eat cheap. And it's pretty good. Well, I mean, for the price. Let's see. Man, I'm just getting stuck on these comments. Like, just never gonna get through. Let's scroll down. Dave says, I've never owned a cell phone. Holy cow, Dave. What? Wait a second. Melissa says Ash got rich guy taste buds. What are you talking about? I just told you I ate McDonald's today, and often my snack of choice is Burger King. So I got the Burger King app, and they got this $3 snack box if you got the app, and you get a. I don't think it's a large fry. I think it's like a medium fry. You get 8-piece nuggets, a cheeseburger, and a drink for $3. And it's like usually after I'm done, like that was too much. I could have just gone without the burger or something because it's like this is a snack box. Yeah, no, I guess I do. I have particular. I like good stuff, but I know how to eat on the cheap too. Let's see. Ronnie says I had a brick phone. It eventually turned into a brick, and AT&T refused to replace it for free, so I went to a flip phone. And she never went back. She still got that flip phone 20 years later. Cheeseburgers are 2 for $2. Where? Oh, at McDonald's? Yeah, it's a cheeseburger. It used to be the double cheeseburger was $2 for $1. Now you only get a single cheeseburger. But whatever. Applesauce is a good midnight snack because you don't have to rebrush your teeth. Well, that's not entirely true. But yes, that is a good snack, especially if it's like just straight up applesauce and it's not the kind that they make for the kids where it's all the added sugars and stuff and just straight up raw applesauce. That's a good snack. I do not disagree. Or you could eat an apple or any fruit really. Dave says, I don't know why we have a Subway in Philly. We eat hoagies, not subs. It just goes to show you, man. That's like me living in San Diego. I'm like, I don't know why we have Taco Bell in San Diego. There is like a taco shop on every corner. Like Mexican food is to San Diego like what pizza is to New York, or cheesesteaks are to Philly or something. Like this is the best place. I've been all across the country, and you just cannot get Mexican food like you can out here. All over there's taco shops. There's more taco shops near my house than are all the different fast food chains combination. San Diego loves their taco shops. And yet Taco Bell still does business. Let's see. Californians are too rich taste. I don't think that's the case, Melissa, to be honest. Colorado, when I went to Colorado was a lot more pretentious than, like, I don't know. California, I mean, there are snobby people in San Diego for sure. But I don't know. It's also real laid back. well, it's weird. San Diego's a weird culture. It's like laid back, but it's also like screw everyone. It's a fucked up attitude. Colorado was better. Um, we don't have 7-Elevens in Louisiana, says Zach. Well, you got something equivalent, probably. Um, let's see. You're better off eating the box that the Domino's comes in. That used to be the case with Domino's. They've gotten better. For a long time, Domino's was, it was like cardboard. KFC chicken is the best. Even Eric Cartman likes it. No, KFC is not the best. KFC, when it comes to the chicken chains, I'm going to go Church's, then Popeyes, then KFC. Let's see. KFC used to be a lot better, but they're super corporate now. And it's fine. I mean, I don't turn my nose up to KFC, but I don't love it the way that I used to. It's still fine. I mean, it's fried chicken, right? I mean, it's really hard to do it too terribly wrong. My favorite thing from KFC is is it the Famous Bowl? I think is what it's called, where it's like a big bowl of mashed potatoes and gravy, and then they put it's got corn, and then they got the chicken nuggets, and then I get the KFC hot sauce, and I pour it all over the top, and that's my go-to from KFC. But when I just want chicken on the bone, there's no Churches out here, and I miss them. There was in Colorado. Churches is feeling like, when you're like the only white boy when you go into Churches, and you're the only white guy, you're just like, and there's like bullet holes in the window, and you're just like, I don't know if I could be here, but damn, this chicken is good. But then you kind of get a reprieve because you're the only white boy in the Churches, but like you're recognized, like, yo, he knows what's up with the chicken. He ain't eating at KFC. So yeah, Churches was the stuff I braved my life for to get. And then Popeyes has really gotten a lot better. And that new sandwich they have, the Popeyes, I think they just call it the sandwich because their marketing department is genius. And they're just like, why label it something different? We'll just monopolize the term the sandwich. I didn't understand. I was like, how? It's just a chicken breast on a bun with some sauce and a pickle. Like, I got a Chick-fil-A down the street. Like, I know how good. Nope, it's good. It's better than Chick-fil-A. I was like, damn, Popeyes, you did something right. Let's see. Zach says, I love San Diego. Me and my wife honeymooned out there a couple years ago. Yeah, but you saw it like as a person who visited. Like it's like a nice city, like you visit, oh look, it's nice. But when you live here, it's something different. Let's see. RDV says, am I the only still person watching the stream that's still eating? Probably. I just have a beverage. I can't eat on the stream because then I'm just crunching in your ears, I guess. But it's a good time to have a beer and get to talk to you guys. There was a local chicken place where I grew up which had something called broasted chicken. It was fried and steamed, and it was the best ever, says Maranya. Red Barn chicken was next best back then. Well, that sounds good. I would try it. Let's see. KFC used to be great around here, but then they started closing a few years back due to health violations and strong competition. Yeah. With franchises, it's always hit or miss, right? Because you can have a great establishment in theory, but if you have a franchise owner that just doesn't run the place right. Like I told you guys about that Church's Chicken, that was my favorite. So when I was living in Colorado, I found Church's, but it was like way across the other side of town to get to. And it was like in a seedy part of town. Like I told you, there were bullet holes in the window. And but part of me, my sick, demented attitude was like, oh yeah, it's got the bullet holes. That means it's even more urban, like it's more authentic. And sure enough, it was fantastic. And then years later, they opened another location, a lot closer to where I lived on my side of town, a much nicer area. And I was like, oh, sweet. I don't have to drive way across town. Don't have to like worry about getting beat up because of my wrong skin color or whatever, shot, or who knows. But it wasn't as good. I was like, you guys, how are you missing the mark? What's going on? I still went out to that other one because it was that much better. Let's see. Ash, does KFC chicken still have the Twister wraps? I have no idea. I don't go to KFC very often at all. Like I said, I only get those famous bowls pretty much now. And they have that special Mountain Dew. It's like, I forget what it's called. It's like the Sunshine or Solar Flare. I don't remember what it's called, but it's good Mountain Dew. And it sucks because you can only get it through through them. RDB says, I'm having a McChicken for the first time in years. It got spicier. What, you having the spicy McChicken or just the regular McChicken? Or did you accidentally get the wrong one? You're like, I ordered a McChicken and they gave me the McSpicy one. Yeah, I don't get the chicken. Like I said, I only ever get the basics. McDonald's is, it's McDonald's. But that's enough talk of that. Did you guys watch the debates tonight? It was, holy crap. Like, I was all excited. The debates, I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, this is going to be so amazing. And holy shit, it was a train wreck. I've never seen anything like that in my life. Oh my God. It's like two old men just yelling at each other. Man, I got to say, Donald Trump did not come ready for that debate. Like, I think he still kind of showed up Biden, like, because Biden didn't answer any questions, really. Like, he managed to avoid answering anything. And the only times that he did talk he would just blame Trump. So he'd be asked, what's your policy on this or that or whatever? Well, my opponent sucks and he doesn't want to do this and doesn't want to do that. He wouldn't ever say what he was going to do. All he would say was how Trump failed, which I was like, that's whatever. And then Trump would just manhandled just constantly, way too aggressive. It was so all over the place. Let's see. Yeah, and RDB says Wallace wanted being a communist. He kept shielding Joe. You know, I have mixed feelings about Wallace because, honestly, I was impressed that Wallace was asking Joe some hard questions, right? Like, he asked Joe about the riots. He asked Joe about his tough on crime policies and, his records on that. And he was going hard, and then Trump would just get in his own way. Like, Trump would start interrupting, and it's like, dude, just shut up and let Joe talk and hang himself, because these are questions that Joe couldn't answer legitimately. Like, and if you wait, there's 2 minutes, and if Joe lies and then you can call him out on that. But he would jump in on Joe and start going off on like Joe's son and all these things, which were valid. Like, it's, Joe's son is a crook, and thereby Joe too, because Joe's collecting them. I mean, they're paying the son because that's how you pay the dad. You can't pay the vice president directly, so you pay the son. But make no mistakes, it's the only reason why the son was getting any money. No one's paying Hunter Biden billions of dollars. This is a guy who he got kicked out of the army. Like, or I wasn't know if it's the army, it was the military, one of the branches. But you're not even good enough to not get kicked out of something that all you got. I mean, it's hard to get kicked out of. You got to be a fuck up. So, yeah, anyways, just let him hang himself. But he wouldn't. He just kept jumping down his throat, and then Chris Wallace would have to stop Trump. And I have to say, honestly, that was the right call. Because otherwise it would have looked like Wallace was siding with Trump, and Trump forced Wallace to kind of go against him, and that was a stupid play. He should have maintained his composure and let Wallace confront Biden and be like, yo, you didn't answer this question, and because there was one time where Biden's like, I'm not going to answer that. It was like, what? And if I were Trump, I would have just been like, oh, okay, well, I'm not going to go any further until he answers, because that's a legitimate question, and that's what we're here for, is a debate. So I'll give up my time for Joe to answer the question. Let's to sit back and let the audience just watch the silence. Just let your opponent just sit there and say, I'm not answering. Anyways, I don't want to sit here and just talk about the debates all night, but I was just curious if you guys saw it because it was a clown show. It was like a circus. Crazy. Yikes. It's not what I expected at all. And I do think Joe was drugged up. He looked not at all like the Joe Biden we've seen over the past 6 months. Not at all. And I also think that he probably had an earpiece and was being coached behind the scenes. Because there was some times where Trump would be talking and Joe would just be kind of like looking down at his podium like he was listening to someone like give him instructions, right? And you could play it off and say, well, he was just thinking about what Trump was saying and, you know, thinking about his answer and stuff. And I'm like, no, have you seen Joe? Like, the dude's cognitive abilities are not there. It sounded like it was, you know, like he had a producer or someone in his ear saying, okay, here's what he's saying, here's the right response, blah, blah, and just probably giving him little cues. Say this, talk about this, da-da-da-da. Because Joe was way more on top of things than I've seen in 6 months. And RDV's right. He did keep shielding Joe. Anytime things like when the Hunter Biden thing would come on, he would totally protect Joe from having. There was one time he would say like, Joe doesn't have to answer that or something. I was like, oh, come on. It's not, your job is to moderate the debate, but not to protect Joe. But Trump was giving him excuses by being so like over the top aggressive and interrupting. So I don't know. It's weird. RDV says Wisconsin is voting in person. Good. That's a state Trump will win then. I can't imagine Trump loses any state that has vote in person only. I just can't. If anyone that looks around and sees like Joe Biden, there's no rallies for Joe Biden. There's no, when he has like talks, it's like there's like a handful of people there. He doesn't take questions. And then meanwhile, Trump has a rally and people line up for miles to see it, the enthusiasm. And I just feel the support that he has this election is way more than in 2016. You know, granted, you still have that, like the anti-Trumpers have become so much louder than in 2016, so it feels the opposite. Because in 2016, you had all the people that are like, Trump, and he was just the enemy because he was running against Hillary, which is what the establishment wanted. So it was whoever ran was going to get whatever Trump got. But since Trump won and the reading started, now it's like, he's like the devil. He's Hitler reincarnate. Like, it's just so extreme. So they're way louder than they were, but I don't think that they're more. I think the moderates in the middle over the past 3.5 years have been like, well, Trump didn't get us any wars. You know, because that was the whole thing that the left was saying, like, oh, we're going to be in World War III by the end of the first term, like the first year of Trump is, that was all the fear. We're going to be at war. Remember, we're going to be at World War III with North Korea and all this stuff. Well, no wars. The economy, it's the fastest economic recovery in U.S. history since, well, not in U.S. history, obviously, but the fastest economic recovery since 1929. Like, since the Great Depression. Fastest economic recovery. So much going on well for the country, and he did it, and all this happened in like the first 2 years. And he's the first president since Reagan to like keep his campaign promises. That was a big thing for me, because whether or not you agree or disagree with his campaign promises, he at least kept them. Like, he said, if you elect me, this is what I'm gonna do. And he did it. Unlike, like say Barack Obama's like, I'm going to pull us out of the war. I'm going to cut the spending. I'm going to do all. And it's like he got elected and just reversed position on everything. His positions became George W. Bush's positions, except accelerated, which was really weird because he was the anti-Bush president. But no one cared. No one that was a Democrat cared because they don't care about actual policies. They just care about identity. Anyways, I didn't want to be a political stream. It just happened to be that the debates were tonight. Ronnie says the best thing from KFC are their fried apple pies, like old school McDonald's used to do, but then they got healthy and baked the pies. Do you remember that? I remember the hot apple pies at McDonald's, but those were dangerous, Marania. Those hot apple pies at McDonald's would come out of the fryer and there'd be like lava inside. Let's see. I don't think Trump thought Biden would actually go through with the debates and didn't prepare. All Biden had to do was show up and stay awake and be declared the winner. Yeah, I mean, Biden, his handlers prepared him good because all Biden had to do was just, and he did fail on some of these parts. I mean, he did call Trump, he told Trump to shut up multiple times, which was just like, I was like, what the hell? He just told Trump to shut up. That's not, he's the president of the United States. Like him or not, he's the president of the United States. You don't have a debate and just be like, shut up, man. Like, that was way unprofessional. And it was really weird because the first time he did it, he told Trump to shut up. And then right after that, like the very next line, he like made a comment about Trump not being very presidential. And I'm like, dude, you just said the dude to shut up on a live debate. Like, what about not professional? And then later in the debate, he called the dude a clown. He says, he's like, you're a clown, man. And also said you're a racist. Like straight up, just to him, you are a racist. Or I think he said you are the racist. Meaning like of us two, you're the racist one. And I was like, Jesus, like it's one thing to insinuate that, you know, imply things, but to straight up just be like, you're a racist, you're a clown. Like I was like, that's not a presidential debate. And Trump never got into that. And that's the part where he lost points. But other than, and that was also, Trump was baiting Biden to do that. I think that was Trump's strategy, was to bait Biden. But Biden mostly resisted. And every time that Biden didn't jump on that and just maintained his composure and was just like, shrugged it off and just acted like a calm, collected guy. And he didn't have to answer questions at all because it just looked like big bully Trump beating on old, nice grandpa Biden. And that's like the image of Biden, right? Is just, he's like the anti-Trump. He's the nice guy that you like. Whether it's true or not, that's what they're trying to appeal to in the voters. And it's different. Trump's tactics worked on Hillary because she was nasty. He called her a nasty woman because that was true. She's a nasty woman. People did not like Hillary. And so Trump didn't appear as a bully to Hillary because Hillary was the bully. Trump appeared as the guy standing up to the bully, but Biden's different. Trump needs some coaching, seriously. Like, I hope in the next debate he sits down with some good debate experts and they prepare. Breen, you're right on target. I made a comment on Twitter live while the debates were going. I was like, it reminded me of Rocky 3. You know, if you remember that movie where, you know, it's like Clubber Lang shows up, Mr. T's character, and he's like, I want the championship, I want to challenge Rocky. And Rocky's just like, all right. And he like takes the fight because he's like, I'm Rocky Balboa. Like, I beat Apollo Creed. Like, he's like on top of the world. Like, I'm the champ. Whatever. Who's this Clubber Lang guy? Like, and then he goes in and Clubber Lang just knocks his fucking socks off. Like, just like, and then he has to get retrained and be like, yo, dude, like, you got to take this seriously just because you're the champ, you know? And it reminded me of that. It's like, dude, Trump, you can't just, no, you can't. But I don't know. I think that debate didn't win anyone over. I think if you were a Biden supporter, you stayed a Biden supporter. And if you're a Trump supporter, you stayed a Trump supporter. Like, it was just both of them playing to their fan base, right? Like, and it's weird because I don't think Biden actually has fans. It's like Biden played to the anti-Trumpers and Trump played to the pro-Trumpers. And if you were in the middle, you're probably just like, oh, these are both like idiots. Like, just, and whatever. RDV says it was a joke. And it says, if you're shocked Ash is talking politics, you don't know Ash. Oh, and then here's Eric's excuse. Can't stay awake. Good night, kids. It's because of the politics, isn't it, Eric? Well, when Eric leaves, you know, that's when it's time to actually talk about comics, because he's not actually here for the comics. He doesn't like comics, especially when I'm reading old 80s comics and he's out. I'm sorry, bud. RDB says, Ash is on fire. He must be reading Eclipse. That's a good point. I did want to talk about the debate. I just had to get the debate stuff off my chest. I'm sorry, because I watched the whole thing. And so, yeah. Now I'm done. Now it's out of my system. We can move on. Do I have anyone still watching this stream? I don't know. Oh man. So, whether or not you agree with my views or not, hopefully you understand that I don't disrespect people because of their views. I only judge people by their actions and their character. I actually really do appreciate diversity of thought. I think it's important to have conservatives and liberals because they need to keep each other in check. Without the right, the left goes, crazy bonkers, and without the left, the right, same type of thing. So the important thing is to just be honest and genuine and respectful of each other. So hopefully we can all do that. RDV says, I will insult you all for super chats. I don't get super chats. Ash on America Chavez. We need more America Chavez. We'll have to get back to that sometime on a special occasion. But now, let's read chapter 3 of Eclipse. As soon as I have a swig of beer. So good. So good. The night after the flare, 10 years ago. Sarah? Sarah? Penny? Penny? Oop. I didn't have the comic thingy on. My bad. Dehelan says, this must be the audio comic book version. Roasted. All right. You guys can see it now. I can see. So let's rewind. Cut. Take 2. Chapter 3. The night after the flare. 10 years ago. Sarah? Sarah? Penny? Penny? That's grim. Everly? We've looked everywhere. Killer's gone. He's shot. Couldn't have gone far. Hell, he's probably nearby watching us clean up all his victims. This sick bastard. You think he did it? Or survived it? What if it was his church? Imagine standing up here, watching them all die. What is it, Bax? Holy hell. Damn it. He probably slipped out this tunnel right under our noses. Hey, get some men in here. Hurry up. Everly, look at this. That's Samuel von Gorm, the first victim that burned in Times Square. And Rose Brandt. And these 3. They're all just teenagers. Why have it out for them? They're all kids of the leaders of the city's major companies. All of them, but this one. I know you. Damn. pool. Check out these tunnels. Bag all this stuff. I want these kids under protection, and I want cops at the Solarity fundraiser later today. What about the blood sample we got for the guy? You got your hands full. I'll take it in. I saw it, Val. His face. He's ghost white. And he doesn't burn. How could he not burn? I don't know. But I can't get involved, okay? I'll put the blood samples into the lab off the record. That's it. Hey, I know you're pissed at me for what happened between us, but come on. I'm not pissed. I'm removed. You and I are professionals now. That's it. Fine. If we're just professionals, then I need you to track an Iceman suit. Here's Corning's log. All unauthorized operations, and the suit is still there. So, he didn't steal it. Back up. You're breathing on my neck. Relax. I'm just trying to see. What's this here? March 12th. It's a maintenance log for a deleted mission. Click on it. There it is. Suit came back from Mount Vernon. He was at the church that day. What church? What's going on? Where are you going? Keep that blood sample out of the system, and don't talk to anyone. Who would I talk to? Any idea where he went? He hired someone to look, but he couldn't find Ken anywhere. If you find him, please tell him to call me. Okay. Thank you for your help. This about his son? What about his son? A couple weeks back, poor boy was taken from school. They found him in the streets, burned dead in the sun. This have anything to do with that? Why are you following me? Because I want to help. You should be at home, where it's safe. Wait, I know you're looking for someone. Someone with answers, someone who's missing. I can help find them. You're going back to your security. Hey, dude. I'm old enough to know there's more going on than just some asshole trying to kill me. Don't treat me like a child. Let me help. How are you gonna help? I know all the places people go to disappear in this city. This gang has a lot of protection. They have a lot to protect. Just looking to score some food. Relax, he's no cop. Yeah, I'm no cop. This is off the grid. Black market. Yeah, welcome to the new garden. I think I read that wrong. This is off the grid. Black market. Well, no, that's the way I read it. Let's take 3. Cut. This is off the grid. Black market. Yeah? Welcome to the new garden. Hours later. Cielo. We've looked. He's not here. We keep looking. Hey, buddy. I'm looking for my dad. Here, look. You seen him? That's him. Ken, it's David Baxter from the Iceman. I need to talk to you. About Mount Vernon. About celerity. About your son's death. Go to hell. Sir, I'm sorry you lost your son, but someone tried to kill me, so if you could help stop them, please. Help? Darling, that's all I ever wanted to do. We just wanted the one man. Wanted to protect him. That was what was best for the city. But they wouldn't cooperate. Those bohemians had to stay cut off from the rest of us. Societies only survive if everyone connects. Bang, bang, bang. Let us out! Open the door right now! You have to connect. Put the greater good first. Even if it doesn't feel natural. And if you don't connect, don't do this! Let us out, you monsters! Connect to who? Who sent you to that church? What's it matter? If you found me, they can too. Oh, reaches for his gun. Wait, Ken. Slam. Ken, open up. Come on, Ken. Ken, don't you want justice for your son's death? How come the future is always so bright, but the past is so dark? Blam! That's all I know. That's everything. Corning must be wrong. None of it makes any sense. Celerity is just a company. They would never kill all those people. My dad would have known. He would have stopped that. I mean, I don't get along with him, but my dad has spent his life protecting the people of this city. He's a good man. Sometimes good people do things they wish they hadn't. What if this killer comes to get me? I'm scared. Hey, it's Bax. And he found her. Rose, dear God, we've been looking everywhere. What are you thinking, you stupid girl, ditching your security? Take a look at this panel, man. Like, drawing all these people, that's a lot of work. That's just a nice little nod to the artist there to take the time to add that level of detail. Boys, take her up to the prep room. Thanks for your help, David. I need to see your brother. Nick's a little busy here. I wasn't asking, Wallace. Careful. David, come here. Val, what are you doing here? I got the lab results back from that blood sample. His skin is almost reflective because something has changed his cell membrane, changed his DNA. I've never seen anything like it, but there's evidence to suggest it's a virus. And if it is a virus, then it can be spread. This man, if he's still alive, we can use that virus to go back into the sun. We could try again the way things were. Bax, we got a problem. Security on the roof. They aren't responding. Sun's almost out. Oh, man. Are you sure the party is safe? I wouldn't go. They'll kill you with crazy for sure. Tap, tap, tap. Seriously, you'll be fine down there. Wait, quiet. Tap, 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 tap. You hear that? What's that noise? Thud. Thud. Oh my god. Ah. Get back. Bracoom. Chapter 4. All right. That's the end of the first book of tonight. Let's go back to, let's see, where I was getting roasted. Ash, you may want to share the screen. All right. Let's see. Dragon Ball says, that ain't Bruce Wayne, just a look-alike. Yeah, it is kind of Bruce Wayne, isn't it? Let's see. Dragon Ball says, then ain't Vegeta or Bulma eat what? What are you guys talking about? I don't know. RDV says, welcome to the new Olive Garden. What the hell? I'm not getting the jokes because I'm not reading them in real time. Ronnie says, there are archetypes in drawing characters. I doubt this artist intentionally was trying to echo known characters. I agree, it probably wasn't. But then again, maybe he was. You know, because every book you draw is like part of your portfolio. So if someone at DC Comics is reading this, they look at this guy and go, hey, he can draw a pretty good looking Bruce Wayne and Barbara Gordon. You know, hey, it's close enough. I don't mind. I don't think about that. I mean, Bruce Wayne is drawn as a very archetypal look anyway. It's not like he's a unique, looking character. He's meant to fit like a certain archetype. Same with Superman. Pepper Potts right there. Rhea Hill, Thor. Damn it, you guys. RDV says, damn it, I need more. Well, there will be more. Stay tuned Thursday for Chapter 4. Keep it coming. Dragon Ball says, I'll stop talking, but it's my name, sorry. Wait, what? What do you mean it's your name? I don't know what you're talking about. But that's all the comments, so on to the second book of the evening. This is Fantastic Four versus X-Men. Look at Havoc blasting Franklin Richards. That's the way it should be. I like Havoc. I never think he got a bum rap. He never got used as well as I thought he should. Gotta wet the whistle. Okay. What do you guys? RDB says, creepy Ash kid voice. I'm sorry. I don't know how to do a kid voice. Spare us. No, Franklin Richards is creepy. You must get creepy kid voice. You'll listen and like it. All right, we got full screen going on. And here we go. Stan Lee presents By the Soul's Darkest Light. Castle Doom, Latveria. The anesthetic has taken effect. Storm is no longer in pain. Her injuries are quite serious. 2nd and 3rd degree burns involving the entirety of her left arm and shoulder, resulting in massive tissue damage, muscle and nerve impairment. The finest hospital in the world could not erase this terrible scarring, nor restore anything beyond minimal function. Fortunately for your leader, X-Men, you turn to Dr. Doom. My bioenhancer will simulate her body's natural healing process to its ultimate extent. Within the day, Storm's arm will be as good as new. This is child's play to him. Have you considered, my friends, what this device could mean to burn victims? How many have died who might have lived had Von Doom shared his secret? Wolverine and Magneto nod grim agreement to Psylocke's bitter, angry words. All three X-Men focusing total concentration on their host, not trusting Doom a whit more than they absolutely have to. Meanwhile, on the parapet outside, the mutant team's younger members take in the spectacular sights. This country is so beautiful. Too bad it's ruled by such a toad. Why are you so hostile, Havoc? Doom's a villain, Longshot, one of the worst. Is it villainy to offer to help Storm or Shadowcat? He's only doing it to put the X-Men in his debt. Sooner or later, probably the nastiest way possible, he'll collect. You said Magneto was once the X-Men's greatest foe. Is that why he became headmaster of our school? To do us harm? Wouldn't put it past him, pal. Longshot, things aren't so simple. Watch, Commander! Intruder alert! Why is that guard robot yelling? Unauthorized, uncodified biological contact entering castle security zone. Scans identify intruder as an enhanced power being. Initiate defense response, Delta. Shoosh, shoosh. Unaware of the stir she's creating up ahead, Rogue returns to the castle from an impromptu shopping trip to Latveria's capital. Absolutely aces threads. Wait till the others see him. Last night on the town wasn't half bad either. I know I was breaking the house rules by slipping away, but hanging around that castle was driving me bug. Hey, Shrek! That's Rogue. Those tin-headed dumbos must think she's an enemy. They're attacking her. Shall I inform Wolverine and Dr. Doom? Doom probably ordered the ambush. Besides, Longshot, I think we can handle this fracas without any help from them. Zabam! Focus Plasma Blast. Must be Havoc. Appreciate the thought, guy. But I'm doing just fine. All by my lonesome. Scram! Very impressive, Mr. Show-Off. But watch this. Voip. Havoc metabolizes cosmic energy. Dazzler, on the other hand, converts sound to light. All colors, all forms. The ultimate expression of that power is a laser. Ha! Any shot the boy makes, Allie has to make better. Good for you, sugar. Wham! Me? I just hit things till they break. Robots now? Doom. Soon as I get a hold of him. Very nice shooting. One does one's humble best. Allie? Alex? Surrender or die. Gee, they're a lot more impressive looking up close. No sweat, pal. We'll chop 'em down to size. No, young man, you will not. What is the meaning of this, X-Men? Explain yourselves immediately. Storm, your arm's healed. Completely, Havoc, thanks to our host. Is this how we repay him, by brawling with his servitors? They started it. I was minding my own business, not making any trouble or nothing. Then those bozos slammed me. Peace, rogue. Perhaps an error was made on both sides. This is, after all, my country. No harm will ever come to those who obey its laws. High above, in her tower, is the reason for the X-Men's presence here. The team's youngest member, Kitty Pryde, watched over by her pet dragon, Lockheed. She was grievously wounded in a fierce battle with a band of superpowered marauders. Yeah, remember when we talked about this? This is the modern day X-Men, the marauder, what the X-Men went through. It's the marauder. And then, funny enough, the Kitty Pryde would end up going and leading the band of marauders. No, not gonna happen. Sorry. Moving on. Like her fellow X-Men, she is a mutant, born with incredible parahuman abilities. She can phase herself through solid objects. Unfortunately, now she can't turn that power off. She's effectively become a living ghost. Worse, her condition is progressive, the molecules of her body drifting farther and farther apart. Dr. Doom offered to save me. I want to live, but not at any price. I won't let the X-Men place themselves in his debt for me. Summoning, focusing her entire will, Shadowcat phases free from the life support cell that's been keeping her alive. Now, take a second here. I keep rehashing the modern X-Men thing, but this is what Kitty Pryde, real Kitty Pryde, was willing to do other than decide with villains. Even if those villains were trying to save her life, they were still, she understood they were villains, and she didn't want the X-Men to lose their soul. This is Kitty Pryde. The Kitty Pryde of the Marauders is running around, having hookups, becoming gay. Not that that's relevant to any of this, but she's like kidnapping people on the high seas. She's become a pirate. She's tattooing her fingers like she's some sort of thug. She's become the Red Queen of the Hellfire Club. Like, it's just stupid. Sorry, rant over. Moving on to story. This is easier than I thought. Should have tried it long ago. Wish I could say goodbye. Probably better I don't. Kitty? The boy is Franklin Richards, and he isn't really here in any physical sense. His body's asleep at home in New York. This is a psycho-projection. Where are you going? What are you doing? She doesn't see, doesn't hear him. She has eyes only for the morning star. It's really beautiful. I'll wait for the sunrise, then relax my concentration. Let my molecules float free on the wind. That'll be nice. Doubt it'll hurt. Hope it's quick. Please, God, don't be mad. Don't let my folks and friends be sad. This is for the best. No! Kitty, come back. You can't give up. My daddy'll save you. I'll make him. This is wrong. Don't do this bad thing. If you go away, your mama and papa will cry, and Aurora and Mr. Wolverine will too. Look at me. Listen to me, please. What the devil is that? Glory. Lockheed. Psylocke, project your thoughts to Kitty's room and find out what's wrong. Everyone upstairs at once. Kitty, child, what? What's it look like, Psylocke? Come on, give me a break. Get out of my head. Leave me alone. You can't stop me. That beautiful butterfly lady sounds really upset. Kitty isn't listening to her. She won't let her help. Elizabeth. I'm all right, Magneto. Storm Kitty intends suicide. Her consciousness, like Quicksilver, too elusive for me to hold. Blast. I was afraid of something like this. And there's someone with her. I sensed a psychic entity of unimaginable latent power. There's no one else. The X-Men turned to Reed Richards first. I have to save her. But he refused. She's so far away. This ledge is so small, so high up. Suppose I slip. He must have had a good reason. But Mr. Fantastic said to be the most brilliant, able mind on Earth, able to solve any problem. What made mine so special? Why does Dr. Doom have to be my only hope? Kitty, turn around, take my hand. Everything will be okay. I promise. You'll get better, and you'll be happy, and the X-Men will be happy, and my mama and papa will be happy, and the special dream I had won't come true. That nasty book won't destroy the Fantastic Four or the X-Men. You all won't fight. You all won't die. You're so fuzzy. I can hardly see you. Wow, what a sight. Last time I'll see it, or anything. This isn't fair. I'm scared, Kitty. It's so cold. Please. Oh, please. Oh, please. Don't leave me alone. Who's yelling? Hey, I know that little boy. Franklin Richards? How'd you get here? Why are you crying? Don't go, don't go, don't go, don't go, don't go. False alarm? You wish, babe. We got luckier this morning than we'll ever deserve. Why is Franklin here? Beats me. Why don't you ask him? Bow face, y'all. Doc's making a house call. All is well, I trust. Time, I know, is of the essence. By tonight, I will be ready. Doom will succeed where Reed Richards failed. This time tomorrow, Miss Pride will be restored to perfect health. Dawn in Latveria. The witching hour in New York. Where a lonely man, grown suddenly old and weary beyond words, prowls the empty, cavernous halls of the building that's a monument to his genius, and a mockery of it. He cannot sleep. Worse, he cannot think. The diamond brilliance of his mind is dulled, keen edges blunted. For the first time in his life, Reed Richards doesn't know what to do. He is lost, uncertain, without focus or purpose. A light? Is Sue awake? My wife, my other, better self. Yet I cannot face her. Can't bear to see the hurt and hate in her eyes. All I've built, all I and the Fantastic Four have become, destroyed by this book, my supposed diary, which says that the accident that transformed me, Sue, her brother Johnny, and my best friend Ben Grimm into super beings was no accident. I did it on purpose. But I didn't. Only they don't believe me. And who knows, whatever my conscious mind decided, could my subconscious have betrayed me? I can't go on like this. For every challenge, every crisis, I've always found the answer. But what use is my supposedly matchless intellect when the people I value most have lost their faith in me? I haven't a clue how to restore it. Or worse, if I should even try. Franklin, whimper. Poor little lad. Are you having a bad dream? You'd be a normal boy if I'd never become Mr. Fantastic. So many awful things have happened to you simply because your parents are members of the Fantastic Four. Papa? Can you ever forgive me for that? I'm scared, Papa. I'm glad you're here. I love you, Pa. Growing boys need their proper sleep, youngster, and their dreams should be happy ones. Not mine. You know what my father did, Franklin? A very long time ago when I was your age and the Lord of Nightmares paid me a visit? He'd sit me on his lap and tell me a story. Would you like to hear one? But what, I wonder? What about Saggy Baggy Elephant? That's my favorite. And then Saggy Baggy said, Franklin and Reed? Better turn invisible. I don't want to disturb them. I haven't heard Franklin laugh like that in ages. Nor Reed either. Bless his heart. Meanwhile, in Latveria, long shot. This is a combat duel. To exercise my arm and assess your fighting abilities. Swish. Stop playing about. I'm not. You want to hit me, but I don't want to be hit. Is that wrong? No. I shall simply have to try harder. Bright lady. Way to go, long shot. How does he do that? Hollow bones, darling, combined with extraordinary musculature. Makes the boy lighter and lots stronger than most folks. Careful, sugar. If our flesh touches, I'll absorb your psyche and powers. Shall we start again, Storm? We have done enough for one night, my friend. Time, I think, to see how Kitty is faring. Manhattan. He doesn't know how long he's been walking, but as usual his steps have brought him home, to the Lower East Side, and the street where his life began. All the while memories collide with reality. What was doing battle with what? Wait. All the while memories collide with reality. What was doing battle with what is. Ben Grimm, college gridiron star, war hero, ace test pilot, prize chump, whose best friend betrayed that trust and destroyed his life. Charlie, that's... Sure is, Axel. Been a while, Pally. What's your pleasure? Usual. Geez, he's in a mood. So how you been? Better. What's happening to the neighborhood, Charlie? Looks like every place is up for sale. And since when did this old dump get gussified? Ain't hardly recognized it outside. Had to look twice to make sure. Times change, buddy. New crowd moving in, lots of bucks. I'm just trying for my piece of the action, same as anyone. Don't seem right, Charlie. Nothing's the way I remember it. Nothing ever is. Any objections to my staying a while? Nope. This is bad. Ain't never seen him so down. Want some eats? Maybe later. Meantime, set me up another round. And keep 'em coming, Charlie, till I says different. Plug. Is that how it sounds like when Thing drinks? Plug. That's a weird sound effect. Beautiful people. Having a beautiful time. You want to talk, pal? I got time to listen. This is real bad. Gulp. Chew. Choffer. Why them and not me? Everyone's trying not to look my way. Don't want to eye the freak. Don't much blame him. Jolly and me, we go back past grade school. I've never done him wrong. Even he's scared stiff I'll bust this place up. Normal folks, normal lives like mine used to be. Till fate dealt me a busted flush by making me the Thing. A body of orange rocks good for wrecking and hauling and maybe playing a Halloween monster. Not much else. Loved Susie, but she fell for Reed. Loved Alicia Masters, but she dumped me for the Torch. And why not? His skin's smooth and soft to the touch. Mine's like concrete. He can kiss her. He can be a man. Reed and Sue, they had a kid. Johnny and Alicia could be as lucky, but not me. Never be a dad. Never be a grandpa. The Grimm family ends right here. And according to Reed's diary, my best friend, Reed Richards, did this to me on purpose. Yo, Benji. Closing time. Oh, okay, didn't realize it got so late. You want I should call you a cab? I'll walk. Air'll do me good. You had an awful lot to drink, pal. Sure wish I felt like it. Here it comes. Been expecting a blow-up all night. We're doomed. Good night then, pal. Take care. Phew. Just my luck. Been slugging back stuff for hours and I ain't even tipsy. I want to get blind, stinking polluted, and I can't. Ain't fair. How could Reed do such a thing to people he cared for? How could he lie? How could I be so wrong about him? What's that? My baby! She's trapped in the car! My baby! My baby! The fire's spreading. I'm sorry. Lady, we gotta run. The tanker's gonna blow any second. We can't get to your kid. No one can. Nice mess. Didn't this bazooka brain driver know how trucks ain't allowed to on the FDR drive? Ain't time for a place for anything fancy. East River's right next door. Best place for the wreck. Truck spilled some of its load, though. Fire won't get any worse, but it's still burning plenty hot. There's the kid. What do you know? She looks pretty much okay. I aim to keep her that way. Don't be scared, sweetness. Cavalry's arrived. You trust your Uncle Benji, you're gonna be just fine. Soaked my jacket in water before I got here. I should give her an extra layer of protection. Wish I had something for myself. Starting to feel like an overdone steak. Something's coming. Not something, Bert. The thing. I don't believe it. How can he stand those flames? Ruth. Oh, Ruth, my lovely baby, thank heaven you're safe. Real nice piece of work there, fella. You ought to be proud. Wasn't nothing special. You saved her. Thank you, mister, with all my heart. Bravest blame fool stunt I ever saw. Oh, you guys would have done the same. Tried, maybe, but not succeeded, not survive. I can never repay you. No need. Seeing the grin on Ruth's face, the light in your eyes, that's more than enough. Meanwhile, across town at a derelict Hudson River pier. Faster, Torch. Cut those corners tighter. As close as can be without scorching the pilings. Absolute precision, total control over my flame powers. I can't afford anything less. Better, but not perfect. And the Human Torch can't afford to be anything else. I still hear Storm scream when that flame blast hit her. It was an accident. I never meant her any harm, but it happened just the same. I only got a glance before I was KO'd. But it looked like I burned her pretty badly. How do I make up for that? Any other time I'd turn to Reed. But after what I learned tonight, how can I trust anything he says? Johnny? Yeah, Alicia, it's me. I couldn't sleep. Johnny, stop torturing yourself. Everyone makes mistakes. Mine cripple, Alicia. Mine can kill. The fire that burns also provides light and warmth. Just as with hammer and chisel, I can shape stone into sculpture or shatter it. God gives us our tools, my love. The challenge comes in how we choose to wield them. It isn't just that. Ben and Sue are all torn up over this mess with Reed. They hate him. I know I should feel the same. But, Alicia, becoming the Human Torch is the best thing that ever happened to me. I was a punk kid playing with my hot rod cars, pretty much good for nothing until that rocket flight. Since then, I've been to the stars. I've seen and done things most folks never even dream of. People know me, look up to me. They respect the torch in a way that they never would Johnny Storm. I love this life, Alicia. I love what I am. But how can I tell the others that? They all still consider me the callous, uncaring, smart-aleck kid. This'll confirm it for sure. You're wrong. I'm blind, Johnny. It isn't your face I love, any more than I loved Ben's, but your heart. Good and noble and true, sometimes in spite of itself, you're facing up to your mistakes and trying to deal with the consequences. That's what growing up is all about. Whatever you believe, mister, you're no kid. You're the man I love. Uptown from Alicia Masters' loft studio back at Franklin's bedroom. All my life I've explored the wonders of the universe. Yet what could be more wondrous than life itself? Or more precious? Two cells merge, and from that grows a human being. All we are from so small and simple a beginning. Beside that miracle, my work, my triumphs, my disasters are really but vanity. You look like you could use this. Sue? She was invisible. How long was she here? What did she see? She's smiling at me. A little later in the living room. The author of that diary couldn't have related to Franklin the way you did. He was a man who used people, who saw them as tools. He would have responded analytically. You saw a human in need and answered as a human being. From the heart, father to son, instinctively, honestly, without hesitation. The man who wrote that diary, whoever he was, isn't you. Latveria. This initial stage is the most time-consuming. Compuscanalysis must isolate the mark and component molecules of Shadowcat's body, differentiating and separating them from their foreign element, such as her clothes. Once the process is complete, I can begin reintegration. Is this device not a wonder of wonders, X-Men? The product of Doom's genius? Improving on Richard's original conception as only Doom can, actualizing all its inherent potential along pathways that Richards, the fool, quite naturally overlooked. Psylocke, the child's status? Physical deterioration continuing. As expected, my telepathic powers are helping maintain her psychic cohesion, keeping her mind and personality intact, but I cannot do so much longer. Do not worry, Doom replies, with a confidence none of the X-Men shares. Long before that critical juncture is reached, I will have saved her. Thinking? Always. About? Shadowcat. Magneto was right. The molecular reintegrator applies perfectly to her predicament. Yet I hesitated. I couldn't bring myself to use it. And you don't know why. The fundamental principles and design are sound. Of that I'm certain. Assuming the flaw exists, it must therefore be in the realization of that design. Yet, all my checks, all the tests indicated no fault. Just like the space flight. The ship's design was perfect. The flight was safe. Every simulation confirmed that. Only it wasn't. I was wrong then, with tragic consequences. Suppose I'm wrong now. Perhaps Doom can find the solution I missed. Do you really believe that? I don't know. I'm still lost. Inside, where it matters. Doubt may be gone from your mind, Sue, but not from mine. The only way I can find myself is to confront my fears, my mistakes. That means going to Latveria and doing what I can to save Shadowcat. Want some company, Stretch? Couple of hotheads to keep you out of trouble? Daddy! Mommy! Daddy! Look who's come home! I don't understand. I thought... We're a team as much as a family, bro-in-law. Oh, wait, that's the wrong voice. Sorry. We're a team as much as a family, bro-in-law. And teams, Reed, stick together. No matter what. Yo, Susie, what you got to eat in this dump anyhow? I'm starved. Next, A Matter of Faith. Cannot believe that I have not read this book before. Being such a Doctor Doom fan. Like, I know I was like anti-Fantastic Four, especially when Reed Richards was around. You know, as a teenager, you know, I was 13 I think when this book came out. And come on, exit the reader. And you look at the cover, and it's a Fantastic Four, and it's got little, you know, baby Richards on it. I was like, this is dumb. I don't know. I was dumb. Here's the new issue. Let's see what the cover. And also, it's weird. Like, I just see things in a different light. I think, you know, my 13-year-old self looked at this and was like, whatever, stupid. But my adult self, I look, oh, this looks cool. So I don't know what the deal is. I'm just an idiot. Times change, people change. We all have different perspectives, and it's good to keep an open mind about things, to let yourself evolve and change, and don't just get pigeonholed, into one way of thinking and being too rigid. Let's see. Where did I leave off here? RDV says back to reading. All right, that's where I must have been left. That's where I left off. Let's see here. Oh, it's all about midnight. Time to put the stream ending soon sign up, and we'll finish the stream with some comments. Melissa says, damn, he had to take his headache pill, which in post-apocalyptic timeline is a bullet to the brain. I drew Doom pictures in jail. The blood said he really is your favorite. Ain't what? I drew Doom pictures in jail. The blood said he really is your favorite, ain't he? I don't know what that didn't come across right. Let's see. Dragon says dirty, not city, damn it. I still don't understand. Franklin Richards used to be blonde. Did he change his hair with his powers? The answer is Bendis and Nothing Matters at Marvel. They just arbitrarily change stuff. I mean, if you look at Franklin Richards now, he's not just dark hair, he's dark skinned. So somehow he's been replaced by a duplicate and no one knows. Let's see. Melissa says, oh, actually RDV answers the same thing. Yeah, right on it, RDV. Melissa has, Ash sounds like Dr. Janice from the guy from the South Park. The little boy, multiple personality named Little. Thanks, Melissa. It's already hard enough to do this. You don't need give me self-conscious issues. Dr. Doom is cool as hell in both the main Marvel universe and Ultimate. An Old Man Logan Spider-Man and 90s cartoon. Doom is my personal favorite villain along with Magneto. Yeah, Doom is cool as hell. But I'm very picky. He's got to be done right. I bought the first issue of that new Doom comic that's out by Christopher Can't Write Well. And I was like, nope, I am not reading any more of these. And then I read the newest issue of Iron Man, which I need to do a video on. The new Iron Man #1 is also written by Christopher Can't Write Well. Oh my God. He was like, you thought Doom sucked? Hold my beer. Wait till you see what I do with Iron Man. Oh man. Okay, Dragon Ball says I bought Doom 2099 CGC 9.6, only one of N existence. Huh. Awesome. Well, my Doom 2099's never been graded, so it's good quality. So you never know. I might, if I get it graded, be added to the existence. Mine's been sitting in a box, boarded and bagged since I bought it back in when did that come out? Late 80s, early 90s. Let's see. Dr. Doom is a cool uncle to Reed's kids. Yeah, I kind of like that he's I just hate Valeria so much. I hate how Valeria takes to him. I just don't even like the Valeria kid. I don't like when Marvel kind of screwed the pooch when they introduced Franklin Richards to begin with. By, I guess it's the natural thing to do. It's like you have a husband. I mean, Reed and Sue are like one of the original comics couples. And to be married, like husband and wife. And so I guess giving a kid is like the natural thing, but they never put on the brakes. It was like Franklin Richards was like a 16-wheeler, just going downhill. It was like, how do we stop this thing? No clue. And then it just got worse and worse. Not necessarily because poor writing or anything like that, but just because he creates such a problem and no one had any idea how to stop it, and they were constantly having to put band-aids on. And then modern Marvel got the idea of like, let's age him up. Great. Let's see. Franklin Richards is a godlike mutant. Yes, that's very true. And it worked when Franklin Richards was just a toddler who didn't understand how to control his powers. So that created a very natural limitation. But the problem is apparently no one at Marvel realized that time would still go on and that eventually Marvel would age up Franklin Richards. He would never stay that age forever. It's like no one has any foresight in comics. It's like, hey, this will be fine. He's just a little baby. Like, what about 20 years from now? Right? You have to think that way because comics don't end. They just keep going and going and going. And you think, well, 20 years, whatever. But like, I'm looking back, and when I jumped in on Marvel, it was the 25th anniversary of Marvel Comics. They had the big ring around the cover. It's 25th anniversary. That was when I jumped in collecting Marvel Comics. It has now been more than 25 years since I bought those first issues. Like, time does go. You don't think it will when you're young and immortal and think everything's great. But then next thing you know, you turn around and go, holy shit, 30 years has gone by. But whatever. Nothing matters. Reed, get rid of your son. He's little now and isn't a threat to the multiverse yet. just get rid of your son, Reed. Yeah, that wouldn't make him a demon. Let's see. Melissa says, was Franklin Richards godlike mutant back then? Yes. I don't know. Not maybe at this time, but very shortly thereafter, Franklin started manifesting his powers. And Chris Claremont knew that Franklin was a mutant, like way ahead of time. Because if you remember, in Days of Future Past, you're introduced to Franklin Richards as an adult, and he's in a relationship with Rachel Summers before Marvel ruined that character as well, because powerful character, absolutely got to fuck him up. That's what Marvel does. Oh, powerful? Screw it. Mess it up. Let's see. Franklin Richards, Uncle Doom. Okay. Hey, Jimmy James. Jimmy James? Oh, you talking about Jimmy? Jimmy's here. Hey, guys. At least Gohan's uncle Rat. I can't understand. I can't understand you, Dragon. Are you drinking? Let's see. I feel bad for Reed. Sue likes Reed. He can stretch his body parts. It's how Franklin got born. Okay. Let's see. Melissa says, my son Jake looks up to Mr. Fantastic, who's possible autistic like him. I don't like seeing Reed Richards as an autistic, but I don't know. I guess you could. I've never seen that he's had that. I've never seen that that's been something. He's just kind of been cold. You know, he's super intellectuals are very much like that. They're very much out of touch with their emotions. Autism in the past 10, 20 years has become a very big thing. And it's definitely something that we should probably pay more attention to be quite honest. It feels weird how as a society we almost sweep it under the carpet. Do you know that well, it's last I checked, actually, this data is several years old. It could be worse, but last I heard, 1 in 80 boys are born with autism. That's crazy. That's bigger than COVID numbers, by the way. So, but there's no alarm. Just do whatever. So no, it's a serious issue, and anyone like Melissa can tell you, who has a son with autism, can probably attest that it's a serious thing. And I don't know. I think as a society, it seems like we should be investigating more, because it didn't used to be that way. It used to be like 1 in 5,000. 1 in 80 is that's alarming. That's way too high of a chance. Let's see. Melania says, "Ruh-roh, that cover makes Franklin look super creepy, and the force behind this, foreshadowing perhaps." See, that was what I was saying on the last episode. We were talking about, I think someone, maybe it was RDV, someone speculated that Dr. Doom has maybe like planted the journal, and that would be kind of a Doom thing to do, right? To seed dissension in the Fantastic Four. But my suspicion went immediately to Franklin, and mostly because all the Franklin stories I've read, especially when he was young like this, he was warping reality, and but he didn't understand, because he's a toddler. Like his view of the world is very limited, and like kids, like, you can kind of create like a nightmare world because their view is very skewed. And that's why, not spoiler for this story, but later on in the time, like Reed Richards has to invent this suit to put Franklin in that like nullifies his powers because he can't control him. Let's see. For a decent portrayal of Doom, read Emperor Doom, Ash. It's one of the early Marvel graphic novels, and it's really good. Well, thank you for that recommendation. That is one I have never read. I will seek it out. I did pick up a couple of Doom books. I need to find... There are 2 miniseries of books out there. Man, I forget what it's called, but they're by Chuck Dixon, of all people. And he did these 2 Doom miniseries. I have the second one I found in a comic book shop, and they're 3-issue miniseries. So I have the second one, and then because Sergeant Bats turned me on to Chuck Dixon, I didn't really know much about Chuck Dixon because he was mostly a DC guy. And back when I was young in the 80s, I didn't like pay attention too much to writers. Chris Claremont was the only one, and Frank Miller, that I really was like, oh, these guys are special. But yeah, so I was like, wait, Modern Ash. I'm like, Chuck Dixon did a Dr. Doom book? I gotta pick this up. I thought it was called Emperor Doom, actually, now that I think about it. But there was another series he did 2 of them, and I have the second one, so now I gotta go find the other one. Anyways, so, but I also picked up on Comixology, Ed Brubaker, Eric Breen's big guy that he loves, did a Doctor Doom book as well. Let's see. I forget what that one's called, but it's like a 6-issue series. What's it called? Books of Doom. That's what it's called. Brubaker and artist Pablo Riamondi. Let's take it off. There we go. Put it on the screen. I got this. I was thinking about doing this as a book on the stream, 6-issue series. I don't really know a whole lot about Brubaker. I'm sort of just learning about him. I got the Captain America book. I know he does a lot of the criminal stuff. That's what he's really known for. I also read his the first trade of the Immortal Iron Fist that he did with Matt Fraction. That was really good. But here's this Doctor Doom book. You can see the art. So I picked this up. I just haven't read it yet. I really love these covers, though. Look at that. Anyways, there's been a few books. I'm not really typically big on villain stories. Even Doctor Doom, just because, yeah. I don't know I don't know where to find that Doom graphic novel. I'll have to. I don't know if it's available on digital. Um. Anyways, back to the chat. Let's see. Emperor Doom. I got to make a mental note of that. Quirk says, "Wow, Ash, are you 80 years old?" According to Marvel math, I am. Because, no, I wouldn't be, because I was 13 when their 25th anniversary. It's funny, their 25th anniversary was 34 years ago, but yet their 80th anniversary was last year. So I don't know how the math works out there. Let's see. Comic Quirks says, bye, oh, Melissa's leaving. Well, I don't know if you're still here, Melissa, but bye. Sometimes I don't get to say bye quick enough. They're gone. But thank you for watching the stream. Just cutting out here, reading the chats. RDV says, read Cataclysm. I will, I promise. I'm looking forward to it. I just have so many books on my plate. It says, don't cut yourself off when you end the stream. Every dang time you cut off mid-sentence. Well, I didn't know that. You're the first person to bring this up to me, Vankman, so now I know that that's the case. So apparently there's a delay because I'm talking, and after I'm done, I hit the end stream button. So it's cutting off early. So I need to end talking and then like wait 5 seconds before I hit the end stream button, apparently, which I will start doing. I appreciate you letting me know. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to talk about tonight. I'm looking forward. I don't have many comics coming out tomorrow, but I haven't done an Ash Wednesday video in a while, so I've got like 2 weeks of books. I'll just lump them all together. I think I'm going to start doing my haul videos every other week. I don't think I'm going to go every week because I'm trying to pare down my comic pull list. And then what that does is it makes for like some weeks where it's like, oh, there's like one book. And I enjoy going to the comic store, but just to pick up one book, like, so I think this week there's like 2 books I'm getting. I think there's like 2 books. So, but I still have the other ones we'll go over. I don't know if there's something to talk about. We're going to be reading the last issue of X-Men Fantastic Four and the last chapter, I believe it's the last chapter of Eclipse. As well. So I'm pretty sure that they were both for it. I timed them correctly. Hope you guys are liking Eclipse. I'm enjoying it. I think they make kind of a nice pair because they're different enough that they feel very different, but they're both quality comics. I'm enjoying both. So I'm glad I picked those up. Like that was a total. Zach Kaplan sold me with his professionalism. And so these comic creators, when they tell you, like, oh, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm not a customer service person. You are. The reason I got into Brian Hill was because he was so awesome on Twitter. And then he got a Detective Comics stint. Like, he just did 5 issues of Detective Comics. And I was like, I'm going to pick up Detective Comics. And I really enjoyed him. And then when he left Detective Comics, I stayed on Detective Comics because he got me to pick it up. James Robinson took over and kind of wrote a mediocre story, and I was going to be like, okay, I'm done. But then I heard Tomasi was taking over, and I was like, yeah. So I stayed on for Tomasi, and I haven't looked back. And that's why you act professional as a comic. You never know who you're going to draw in. And, I give a serious look at anything that Brian Edward Hill does. Same thing like Zach Kaplan. He's not doing mainstream comics right now, but, he sold me. I was like, oh, you're awesome. Like, that was really cool how you interacted on Twitter. I'm going to pick up this trade of yours. And now that I finally read it, because it's been a while, but now that I finally read it, I'm going to read more because I'm enjoying it. Let's see. Hey, Ronnie, I'm buying Fractions Iron Man Omnibus. Okay. Ronnie says, you will enjoy it, Quirks. I guarantee it. Well, I mean, it's not like Quirks is really, his tastes. Yeah, he's not really discerning. You could, um, he likes a lot of stuff, is what I'm saying. Don't know how to say that without being bad, but if it's good, if I trust Morania's wouldn't recommend bad Iron Man, so maybe I should give it a try. Read some Matt Fraction Iron Man. Dun 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 dun. That's the McDonald's song. And with that, me mumbling here, don't have anything to say. This is a terrible ending to a show. Yeah. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out and talking to each other, talking to me, keeping us all entertained. This is a comic book hangout for everyone. If you're a regular or not a regular, if you want to chat or don't want to chat, it's all fine. But we're all friends here. And I thank you for putting up with my nonsense and giving me something to do. And have a good new comic book day tomorrow. Get good books. Tell me what you're getting. I like hearing what people are buying, what they're into, even if it's stuff I'm not into. I like seeing genuine enthusiasm. If I don't like the book, but you love it, like that's great. I'm not into Ghostbusters comics, but Venkman loves them. And that's great. Like I love that he loves them. Like, and sometimes that enthusiasm can be infectious and you want to see what other people are like. Why does that person liking that book so much? So keep doing it, but be true to yourself. Don't just talk yourself into liking things because you think you're supposed to, or, you're a fan of a character. You don't have to like Amazing Spider-Man just because you love Spider-Man. Sometimes they put bad creators on it, and that's tough. I know how it is. Hopefully none of your books that you love are getting canceled like mine. And I look forward to seeing you again Thursday night. Same Ash time, same Ash channel. And with that, I'm going to end the stream and not cut off mid-sentence.